Oh my God, don't touch me! My name's Melinda Galetta.
Sure, I'm your husband.
Yeah, I am my husband.
Philippe.
Yeah, my husband Phil Griffin together we're professor chef and we teach you how to play with your food. Now today we're going to be making stuffed mushrooms. One of Sarah, our videographer.
Yes.
One
Hello.
of my favorite dishes.
Alright, so in here we have 1 stick of butter that we started to melt down. To that we are adding carrots and onions that we put in the food processor.
You can see they're pretty much pulverized.
I do add celery, but we don't have any celery and I'm not going to go buy it because it's not my favorite vegetable, so we'll just do without celery. And now we're going to let them cook for a little bit. Again, we want to caramelize them as much as possible. It's not going to happen as much, but when you get something on, when you're pureeing onions or when you're putting onions in a food processor, you want to do them separately. You do not want to pulsate them too much because if you pulsate them too long, they will turn into liquid.
Yeah.
Right. We want to get a little bit of chunkiness in there. I get the carrots in there because the carrots are going to add sweetness and they're going to add color to what we have. Okay. We're going to add a little bit of lemon. We're going to start off with some lemon zest. I washed the lemon.
Thank you. So always wash your citrus, especially if you're zesting or putting it in a drink. People don't think to do that, but it's pretty important, especially now, to give them a good bath.
Yeah, just wash them. You don't have to go and
You have to go scrub
soak them in Lysol and anything else like that, okay?
Guilty.
You are cooking it.
Guilty. Guilty. But we use more zest than we actually do the juice because it has more flavor than the juice does.
So we're using Ritz crackers.
And they have to be Ritz.
They're
No
not substitute.
elves. No elves, okay? Ritz crackers. They have a distinct taste.
Now this recipe, we're making baked stuffed mushrooms with it, but I have used this for baked stuffed shrimp. I have used this for stuffing chicken and shrimp, and it's just an all-good purpose, all-purpose good stuffing. You mix this all together.
What kind of spatula is that?
It is a rubber spatula, but it's heat-proof. So as I turn this around, the size of the spatula is not going to shrink. Okay.
So those...
You ever see somebody making an omelet, and they got a spatula that looks like it's been used an awful lot, and it shrunk, it's because it melts as they make it. So you always want to try to, if you're using a rubber spatula,
Make sure it's a heat-proof one.
Yeah.
I believe Pampered Chef sells a lot of them. Right, Jim and Corinne?
Alright, so with the mushrooms, we're using big stuffed mushrooms. What we did was we pre-cooked these in the microwave for about 3 to 4 minutes. You want to pre-cook your mushrooms. If you don't pre-cook your mushrooms, when you go to eat them, they're going to still be chewy and raw. This way here, they're going to be a lot easier to eat and they cook up better.
Right.
And there's a good trick also for pre-cooking your mushrooms on a shish kebab. You ever put a mushroom on a shish kebab, and you got to put it on there and it cracks. Well, if you pre-cook it, it's not going to crack.
No, it doesn't have to be cooked all the way through, just soft enough.
Yeah.
All right, after you put the Ritz crackers in, we have to have a discussion about mushrooms.
I can smell this. It's
Okay.
really, really good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some sherry. We do not use cooking sherry because it's loaded with sodium. We got 2 naked lemons here. I'm going to roll the lemon. Cut it.
It's not the right knife for the truth. But
That's all right. That's what I had. Squeeze in the palm of my hand.
And hopefully he doesn't drop any seeds in. I have to watch him like a hawk because
Oh, me
every
too.
once in a while, 1 or 2 gets by him. And if it does, if I miss him getting it in there, I'll get it in my mushroom.
That had no seeds in it. Believe that?
So while he's cutting that, mushrooms, let's talk about those for a second. There's one thing you never, ever do with mushrooms, and that is
Wash them.
they are grown in sterilized dirt. I know it's a little bit misnomer there, but sterilized dirt in a climate-controlled cave. Nothing is getting at these mushrooms. When you clean them, you just brush them off, and if they're really dirty, a damp paper towel. The best way to preserve your mushrooms, you got rid of my prop.
Over there. I don't know.
Hold on.
Put them in a bag that breathes. We talked about this the other day.
Yeah, but not everybody watches us every day, Phil. I mean, people have more interesting lives, trust me. So this is a mesh bag. I love these mesh produce bags. I bring them with me to the grocery store for several reasons. Plastic holds the moisture in, and moisture is the enemy when you're talking about food preservation. And I like this particular one because I can see through it, and it's very, very breathable. So when you buy your mushrooms, if you have to buy the ones that are in the package, come home and put them in a mesh or even a brown paper bag that's open. Get them out of that plastic container. But all of our produce goes into these bags, and we get a longer life out of it. And that covers everything.
So now mixing the stuff together. I have been known to add imitation crab meat, real crab meat, lobster meat to this.
Depending on what we're...
And if you are going to be adding something like that, let this cool down a little bit before you add it, because you don't want to cook it. You're in what they call the temperature danger zone, which is between 40 and 140 for 2 hours.
Yeah, so you're going to want most of those things that you're going to add in there, like a crab meat or lobster meat, they're going to be already...
Now I put this in the bowl because so you could see what was going on, but a lot of times I will just mix it right in the saute pan so I don't have to dirty another pan. Right. So now we're going to want to taste it. You want to taste it?
Yeah, wow, that's big of you. He usually doesn't let me taste.
It's good.
Yeah.
But it needs salt and pepper.
Yeah, needs salt.
1, 2.
I think you're good there.
A little bit of pepper.
Hurry up, I want some more.
Can't double dip.
Nope. No double dipping. So we're using the other side of our fork before everybody loses their crap.
That is so good.
Perfect.
Melinda doesn't give me a lot of compliments, but I know she really likes this a lot. Right.
Sometimes, if no one's around, I just eat the stuffing.
You want to let this cool down a little bit because it's got so much butter in it. It is very, very moist. If you don't, it won't set up right. So we have some that we made up earlier. We're going to stuff our mushrooms.
Portion scoop is wonderful. A cookie scoop, depending on the size of whatever you're doing. But we use these portion control scoops all the time.
In this stuffing might have a little bit of crab meat in it. Imitation crab meat.
There you go.
Go. All right.
And then we pop them in the oven.
I think we have a stunt double.
And it's a little warm. It just came out of the oven. Thank you. So unfortunately, I had them on the top shelf. We forgot about them till we smelt them, so they were a little bit
You got a nice dark color to them.
browner than we would like, but that's okay. There you go. Another tip is you can freeze these in their raw state and then cook them off, right?
Yep.
So there you go. So that's number 1 of the day. And now we're going to do another one.
All right. We're saving that for Sarah because if we don't, she's going to kill us.
Very
All right.
excited.
Bread.
Bread.
So all last week we were making our own yeast, and it was in this mason jar, and we had put flour, wheat flour, regular all-purpose flour, a rye flour, and some water. We left it uncovered, and as it progressed through the week, it would start to bubble, and we could see that there was actually yeast.
So right here in front of us, this is the no-knead bread that we normally make, and this is the bread that we made with the yeast.
So this bread was made with
Store-bought yeast.
instant yeast. This one was made with the yeast that I made. Okay.
So now we're going to bake them in the oven so you guys get to see the product tomorrow. What we are going to do is, I'm not going to put the whole thing in here. I'm going to save a little bit. That is my starter for the next batch of dough.
Yeah, that's very important. So you always have to keep switching it out. You don't want to put them in front of these people?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, I got it. I can get it. I got it. Just clear a spot. Okay, so our oven is set at 500 degrees. When this hits the the vessel here, if Sarah can get, you're gonna hear a hissing. And that's exactly what we want. I know, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we gotta save a little bit of the starter
That
for
is
the
the
next
starter for
one.
the next one.
So we're gonna cover this and we're gonna put it in the oven for 15 minutes at 500 degrees, and then we're gonna take the cover off and let it set it for another 15 minutes in the oven. If you have not watched the bread making video,
The one we did with, we made the soup.
yeah, you probably want to go back a few of our events or videos to understand how this all works and how easy it is. There's nothing in this vessel of Corningware. There's no nonstick. There's nothing. It is just the ceramic, and we're just putting dough in it and covering it and having a blast.
And we're gonna save that also for a starter too.
Okay. There you go. You can go put that in there. Or do you want me to do it because your hands are dirty? You got it?
I don't know. Notice if you guys saw how I held this. My hand is underneath the. I use my elbow as leverage. It always helps if you get something warm.
And that's it. So tomorrow, I can get my list because I always
Tomorrow is banana and rum pancakes, and I might be making a special syrup with that.
Ooh.
Wednesday is going to be crab rangoon. Thursday is butterscotch pudding, and Friday is shrimp scampi. Okay, Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Yes. Yeah. We've been doing fish on Friday, so that's a good
We've
thing.
been trying. This was a meatless Monday.
Yes, that's right. We meet this Monday. All right, folks. See you tomorrow at 5.
Adios, amigos.